Sarvavedanta Siddhante Ucharam Tamavocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmiham. Verse number 554, please read. Jivan eva sada mukta hai Krutartho brahmavittamah Upadhi nashad brahmaiva Sanna brahmapyati nirdvayam Sailusho vesa sadbhava Bhavayoscho yatha puman Tathaiva brahma visrishtaha Sada brahmaiva napara Shailusho vesha sadbhava Bhavayascho yatha puman Tathaiva brahma visrishtaha Sada brahmaiva napara. Jivan eva sada mukta. While living with this body, this person is absolutely free with himself. That is why you must begin your day with a very conscious contemplation so that throughout the day you are aware of yourself even while playing hundreds of different roles. I had already asked you and I hope you have done. Do you remember your first thought? Your first word of the day. Only if you are conscious, you shall remember it. Thereafter, of course, you get into the stream of words and thoughts, and it need not be remembered. But while speaking it, while taking a movement, you are aware of it. As long as your movements are unconscious, your speech is unconscious, but it doesn't precipitate a situation, create a crisis, nobody bothers. But the moment it creates a problem, suddenly you wake up. But please understand, a conflict doesn't come up at the spur of the moment. It has already started. Long before a simple conversation becomes a very, very complicated argument, so many steps have already gone into that. Long before a relationship becomes very complicated, it started with a simple equation. long before you get into the thick of the traffic in a metropolis, maybe you started with a rural, suburban area. No traffic whatsoever. Long before you start drowning in the sea, you started from the safety of the shore. Understand? Unconsciously, when you move in, from the safety of the shore, you are getting into the water. Are you being conscious? To be alone on the shore is boring. To be playing with the water is exciting. But are you conscious when you are getting into the water? But if you are not conscious, you slowly move into the depth. Then suddenly you are drowning. In fact, suddenly you are not drowning. It has started from the moment you stepped into the water. Because of your unconscious behavior, you started drowning. If you are conscious, the moment you know your feet doesn't touch the sand below, you return because you know you can't cross the depth. This is where comes your conscious behavior in life. Alone the person is bored and he wants to relate. But before you entering into a relationship, ask yourself a question. Are you ready for it? Are you free to relate, or you are searching for freedom by relating? Do you love yourself to love somebody, or you want to find love by loving somebody? Are you secured and therefore you are looking for a relationship, or in a relationship are you looking for a security? How many people think about this? That is why, like a child, you get into the mess. Everybody gets into the mess. Then you say, suffering is the normal lot, destiny of average man. No. Unhappiness is not a human destiny. Happiness, fulfillment, freedom is the human destiny. That is yourself. You cannot escape. That is why you have to be conscious. From the very beginning, remember, from the very beginning, as a child, from the very beginning of the day, every moment you should be conscious. That is why meditation. Upadhinasat brahmaiva. When the upadhinasa takes place, upadhi, the roles that you are taking up in life, if you take that role to be yourself, you shall forget your nature. What happens is, for the ordinary average person, he does not seem to exist without the role. When you are playing a role, you are somebody. If you don't have a role, you are nobody. That is the average man's feeling. It's like when you have a job, you think you are somebody. When you don't have a job, you are nobody. If you have money, you are somebody. If you don't have money, you are nobody. You have a relationship, you are somebody. If you don't have a relationship, you are nobody. So usually, average person begins with emptiness, that I am a nobody. That is why you have a sense of inferiority, insecurity, fear, anxiety, that I am nobody. With a role, you try to become somebody. Are you getting that point? With a role, you try to become somebody. That is where the confidence comes. So everybody is looking for a role. Tired of secular role, people looking for religious role. There are also people in the so-called religion, they want to give up that religious role and get back to the secular role with high speed. Because that is the game that the individuality plays. It alternates between indulgence and austerity. In the name of secular consumerism, it wants to indulge. Tired of indulgence, it looks for security in the disciplines of religions, cults of various kinds. And there are some people who are tired of these disciplines of religions, cults, and they return with a determination never to be religious again. And they become extremely indulgent. This is the game. Individuality, the I, the ego, plays alternatively. Because it doesn't know about himself. Because without any role, the person is a nobody. He forgets that because you are somebody, therefore you are picking up a role. But roles are more exotic than the individual. Just think of it. When shall man understand this? Think for yourself. You think for yourself. Don't worry about mankind. You sit down, contemplate, look it for yourself. Are you important for yourself, who you are, or you are feeling very important because of the position that you occupy? Or you feel unhappy, miserable because you don't occupy a position? You must see it very, very clearly. That is why your meditation, your contemplation, where you see yourself, who you are. Meditation is not dwelling upon some idea, holding on to a role, sticking to a practice, repeating certain strange words. Meditation is your being. Always you are in meditation. That is yourself. Where every thought is a role, every condition of the body is a role, and through this body, through this mind, you are driving through this cynic universe. Like that verse he said nicely, no? Vimanamalamya sarirametat bhunaktya sheshan vishayan upasthitan. Vimanamalamya sarirametat. Etat vimanam, sariram vimanam. Now taking a ride over this chariot of a body, wise man enjoys million sense objects around the world. Enjoys means what? His living is a celebration. He being himself is celebration enough. Take that statement and think over it. You being yourself are celebration enough. Nothing can add to it. That is why you don't have to go to a place, see something, hear something, touch something, taste something, in order to be happy, contented, or make living a celebration. Your being yourself. How important it is. Are you getting that point? Nobody can thereafter touch you, because nobody can take away the role, and somebody can take away the roles from you. But nobody can take away yourself. Nobody can give it to yourself. Nobody can take it away from yourself. That is why this knowledge is so fantastic. Helping you to discover yourself as you are. Nobody takes it away from you. A role can be taken away. I appoint you as the ambassador of this country. You are there as long as you enjoy my favor, my pleasure. The day I don't like you, I bring you back. Call back home for consultancy. You return. I grant you a favor by giving you a post. I grant you favor by giving you wealth. And when I am no more happy, you fall in disfavor, you shall be freed from that particular post. So that is something, a favor somebody grants you. A role is a favor somebody can grant you. Like time grants us childhood, youth, adult age, also takes it away. To be young, what is your contribution? Forget young. To be the body, for your own body, what is your contribution? Think, just think. For your own physical body, what is your contribution? Nothing. Until third year, fourth year also, you didn't know that it is you, it is your body. Then you develop a sense of me and mine, and then you think no end of yourself. What a trouble, eh? My body. You created it? Think. What is our contribution towards its youth? Everything is possibilities here. That the body changes, puberty sets in, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. The voice cracks, muscles comes up. Is genetically programmed. Just like a plant. While coming today, I was looking at a plant recently. We got it from Orissa. Just wait for another 2 years. The fragrance of the flower, is out of the world. There are 2 plants we have planted. Looking at the tree, how will you know what fragrance is hiding there? Just think. Looking at the tree, how do you know what fragrance is hiding there? Or how do you know what stink is hiding there? How do you know what poison is in the leaf? Or how do you know what life-sustaining medicine is there in that leaf? Looking at the plant, you don't know. Who put it there? It's all inherent in that flower. In that plant. As it grows up, blossoms. Fragrance comes out. In this tree of a human body, the fragrance of immortality is already inherent. Only trouble is, the man doesn't recognize it naturally. It needs to be pointed out. As you grow up in life, you are very comfortable with happiness, very comfortable with togetherness, very comfortable with love and affection, very comfortable with harmony. Naturally, you don't like pain, problem, conflict, disaster. Because it is yourself. You are the happiness, you are the bliss. But the person does not know it naturally. Even though you are enjoying it naturally. You stand in front of a mountain, you are with yourself. Watch a sunrise, sunset, you are with yourself. You talk to somebody with love and affection, you are with yourself. Every moment of happiness you are naturally returning to yourself, but yet you are not aware that that is you. That is why a teacher. Ayamatma nityasiddha pramane sati bhasate. Remember that. I asked you to write that note. I hope you have still not found time, but Sunday is there. Hopefully you do that. Doesn't matter. Tomorrow we have class. Don't worry. Na desham na kalam va suddhim va apekshate. Ayam atma, this yourself, nitya siddha, eternally reached, ever accomplished, revealed by the words. It doesn't depend upon a time, space, or even your purity. Somebody needs to point out. And when somebody points it out, you are aware. Maybe just a glimpse. Maybe you see the possibility. Yes, that is true. Yet, just like the water covered by the muss, you saw the water because you jumped into it. But the moment you take your foot out, again the muss covers it up. In the beginning stages, as you are listening, you get a clarity. Yes, I must be happiness. But again the thought clouds seems to cover it up. Unconsciously, you jump into the stream of roles. Nothing unusual, nothing wrong. That is the time consciously you go back to yourself. Because of your unconscious behavior, please take that statement. Because of your unconscious behavior, the roles have become very, very strong. When you start living consciously, the years of habitual identification will go away just like that. Unconscious behavior lasts very long. Conscious behavior counteracts it immediately. Conscious behavior is like a light. The darkness can be there for a million years in the cave, but when you strike a lamp, strike a match, it doesn't take million years for the lights to go, darkness to go. Immediately darkness goes. Unconsciously you might have developed a habit for the longest time, but the moment you wake up to the mistake, you are free from it. It may take some time to really get out of it because by habit you have been looking for happiness outside. But in reality, it is myself. That itself gives you a huge relief with a very prospect idea that no more I have to look for happiness outside. I have to look for object outside for object's sake. That's no problem. But no more I shall look for happiness, look for freedom, look for importance, look for love, look for contentment. All these things I was looking for is indeed myself. I am what I was looking for. Your search comes to an end, but your life continues. Are you getting that point? Your search comes to an end. Because the search, that need, that only creates emptiness. Your search comes to an end. It is like you are looking for something in the market. As long as you don't find it, you don't feel comfortable. Once you find it, then sightseeing. You are looking for a medicine. You are looking for a particular little something in the market. So as long as you are looking for it, because it is very essential, it is very, it is needed. So you are very, very serious about it, looking for it. And that time somebody says, hey, wait, come, let's go for a movie. No. First thing first, let me get the medicine. I have to go and put a letter in the post office. Where is the post office? Come after, we'll watch the movie. Then first let me drop it, because I can't watch movie nicely. Because if I'm sitting down there, I'll be thinking, when shall I drop the letter? When I'll drop the letter? When shall I get the medicine? What is the idea of sitting down there? I won't enjoy it. So let me first do this job. Once you finish the job, after that what? Around. So this is known as the doing your job for which you have come to this universe. Finding yourself. That is why unconsciously person is looking for himself everywhere. You are looking for happiness, meaning you are looking for yourself. You are looking for freedom, you are looking for yourself. In every experience you are looking for yourself. But you don't know that. Once you are aware, hey, really I am looking for myself, then you take a decision. Until I find myself, let me switch off. That is why, as I told you, contextual. You come sometimes to study with the teacher, not to live there permanently. You come here to look for yourself. Once you find yourself, thereafter, what shall you do? Anything. What lifestyle you should choose? Anything. You want to be a king? Yes. Industrialist? Fine. Beggar? Okay. Whatever you can do, you do. Thereafter, you don't imitate people. Hey, that man is singing well, I must also sing. Hey, he can sing, let him sing. I can only listen and enjoy the music. Listen and enjoy the music. I can play an instrument. Play the instrument. No, I can help out in sound system. Help out in sound system. I want to play it on the electricity. Do it. Hey, whatever you want to do, you do. You find yourself comfortable with every role. That is why every morning, without fear, first thing, please observe yourself, because given in time, the natural fragrance of a flower can come up in a plant. But given in time, the natural freedom, happiness in the human being doesn't come to manifest. You need to be taught. Somebody need to remind you about yourself as to who you are. That is why that beautiful story in Ramayana, where Hanuman, the monkey god, he was so powerful as a child. It's a beautiful symbol. He was so powerful as a child. One day he saw the rising sun and he wants to jump and take that one. Why? It's a ripe mango. That is the story. The baby thinks it's a ripe mango, so he wants to pluck that sun. So powerful. And very naughty in that. So, a rishi cursed that child, cursed lovingly. You shall forget your power until somebody reminds you. So he became a normal monkey, plucking only vegetables and eating. When Rama was looking for Sita, he joined the troop. And when somebody said, he is in Lanka, beyond the ocean, who can cross the ocean? There is no river. I mean, there is no bridge. How to cross? Then one minister, Jambavan, he tells him, oh, you can, only one person can cross. That is, Hanuman can cross. Hanuman says, how can I cross such a big ocean? How can I? Then he reminds him, you are being cursed. Until you are reminded of your power, you will forget it. So I am reminding you. He reminds him how enormously powerful he is. And when Hanuman listens to it, the whole thing manifests in him. And he jumps, the whole sea goes there. Beautiful story to say. You are infinity. You are absolute. All pervasive, infinity, everything you are. cursed by ignorance, as though not knowing your power. And when the teacher reminds you who you are, oh, the whole thing blossoms. Now you get Jivan Mukta, Jivaneva Sada Mukta. Living, you are now liberated, happy with yourself, contented with yourself. Upadhinasat Brahmaiva. The Upadhinasa, meaning you are no more identifying with Upadhi, you are one with yourself. Like, gives an example, read, which he says, Sailusha Vesha Sadbhava Abhavayascha Yatha Puman. Yatha Sailusha. Sailusha means actor. Just like an actor, Vesha Sadbhava Abhava. Abhavayoho Puman. The human, the individual, the man, Vesha Sadbhava, with a particular dress, costume. Now he is a king, or he is a sage, or he is a policeman, he is a beggar. Now when that costume is taken away, he is a person. So Sailusa, the actor, is a person, a man or woman, is a person. The costume he puts on, he is a king or a beggar. The costume is taken away, he is the person. So person is always person. Besa sadbhava abhava. Whether the costume is there or costume is not there, the person is person. That is why he is an actor. Same thing also in life. Please see. When you say, who are you? I am. Listen carefully. Who are you? I am. That is the announcement of your existence. The first name, universal first name. There is no masculine I, feminine I, Indian I, American I, Hindu I, Christian I, believers I, non-believers I, Buddhist I, Jain I. Everybody says, the entire humanity shall pronounce only one word. Who are you? I am. Everybody shall say the same thing. Universal first name. Then you put up a dress. What is that? Add anything. Man, woman, young, old, engineer, doctor, educated, uneducated, American, Indian, something like that. Employed, unemployed, rich, poor, married, unmarried, divorced, mother, father. All these are Besha. Besha means dress, costumes. Costumes are there for you to pick up. Are you getting that point, Peach? Not that you are the first guy to create a role. Costumes are there. The marriage role is there. Just you pick up. You pick up whichever one you like. Which role you like. It is there. You must know how to pick it up. Everest is there for anybody to climb. If you want to be the top mountaineer, what should you do? Go to the top of the Everest. Suppose you say, no, I don't want to be mountain climber. I'm happy climbing my first step in my house. Alright. That's also good. But that role is waiting for you. Are you getting that point, please? You don't create a role. You understand? In fact, we cannot create anything, either the actor or the roles. Oh. That is where you become so helplessly happy. Helplessly happy. Why? I can't create either the actor or the roles. So what is so big deal? Which role to take? Whatever comes, let me take. Or choose one. How does it matter? Just like you have million roles, same thing also God you see. God you see in one name, one form. Yet all forms. When you say God, all names, all forms. We have seen it. Sometimes people say, how are you? So many gods are there. Are you not confused? I was reading one article by a Swami this morning. Just a little booklet. But some real nice jewels are there. I was so happy. He says some friend asked him, because he had an ashram in Perth. So I was reading one of his books today, to where am I going there. So somebody asked him, naturally he is born and brought up in a Christian tradition. So he asked him, how come Swamiji in Hinduism there are so many gods? Are you not confused? Which one to call? He says, are you ever confused? There are so many girls. You want to marry. Are you confused? So many girls? Let there be many girls. Which one you like to choose? You choose. There are million boys. Are you confused? You choose which one you like. This is a brilliant answer. I couldn't believe it. See, answer is what? To an idiot, you should give it idiotic question, you should give idiotic answer. Like in Mad Magazine. In America, there is a Mad Magazine. Very interesting. The Mad Magazine, the fellow will say, hey, silly question, silly answer. You want to get a sample? Silly question, silly answer. Silly question is what? One fellow walking down the riverside. And one fellow is fishing. So naturally when you are going, you look at somebody is fishing, where does your eye go? The pot by his side. How many fish? You want to watch it. Even if you are not a fish eater, you will still be interested. How many fish he has caught? So you are looking at it. Then he saw 4 or 5 fishes. Then he asks him, did you catch this fish? Now what question is that? Silly question, no. For a silly question, did you catch this fish? What is the answer? There is a silly answer. This man said, did you catch this fish? He said, no, they just jumped into the pot. Okay. Then another silly question which people, everybody asks. You go to somebody's room. Are you asleep? Now, is it a question to be asked? If the fellow, to a sleeping man, do you ask, are you asleep? The other fellow says, this is a silly question. What is the silly answer? That is the Mad Magazine. Eh? What is the silly answer? Are you asleep? The silly answer is, no. I am dead. Leave the flower and go. Then another person is walking down in New York subway and with a heavy load on his back. The fellow gets down from the train and asks him, are you a porter? He is carrying the load. And he is asking him, are you a porter? He said, no. I am the Vice President of Bank of America. I do this as a hobby. The silly question, silly answer. So many gods. Which one to choose? Are you not confused? What is that? There are so many women. Are you confused to choose a woman? There are so many men. Are you confused to choose a boy? What is this? Anyway, roles are there to be picked up. You don't have to create a role. Tell one role which did not exist before you. Come on. Just name one role which you created for the first ever time. Please. Are you the first young man? First young woman? First one to marry? First one to become a son or a daughter or a father or a mother? First one to become divorced? First one to be committing suicide? First one to live long? Just think. Just think. All the roles are there waiting for you. Jumping into the role, you forget yourself. Now he says, no. Sailu savat. Besha bhava abhava sadbhavayoho. Abhava bhava sadbhava abhavayoho. Purusha. In reality, you are just a person. With a costume, you play a role. Without the costume, you don't have that role. So when you are a husband, you have put on the costume. When you have a wife, you put on the costume of a husband. When you are a wife, when you become a wife means you have put on the costume of a wife because you have a husband. You still don't have the costume of a parent because baby has not come. And the baby comes, you got another costume. Thus in life, you have been there. You go on collecting costumes. Are you getting that? You are always there. Oh, you understand the point? You are always there as you are. But you are going on collecting costumes. Now, some fellows are so much in love with a certain costume that everywhere they put on that costume. You go shopping, 100 pairs of clothes you put on. Why? Because you want to have a rich wardrobe. So you 100 clothes you put on. But you fall in love with one particular dress. So wherever you go, that is the dress. A party, that is the dress. Dinner, that is the dress. Some special function, that is the dress. In life, we too pick up so many costumes in life. And the professional the role is a huge costume which you wear for every occasion. That is the tall hat. Every occasion you must be the professional. So anywhere you go, you say PhD, FRCS, Managing Director. Has anybody introduced himself? Who are you? Wife of somebody. Unless that is your main role. You are governor's wife. Or you are the managing director who happens to a woman and her husband. Just think. So many dresses you have got. Put on which dress you like on the occasion. That is where when people don't understand it, what they say? Look, nobody likes me for me who I am, but they like me for the dress that I have, position that I have. And everywhere you go, you get importance for not who you are, but the dress you put on, the role you occupy, the position you occupy. That is why in today's generation, there is such a desperate attempt to pick up those costumes, which are very glamorous costumes. The role of sportsman, movie person, top instrumentalist, musician, everybody wants to pick up that clothes. You forget, you may be top musician. When you come home, you have to face music with your husband or wife. We are top musician, Grammy, 7 Grammy Award, 4 Oscar. You come back home, you have to face your music. Husband gone, wife run away. Yesterday, that Bill Murray, you know Bill Murray, he is an actor, very funny fellow. I like that, there is one movie, What About Bob? I wish you can all see one time. It's a psychologist's problem. Very beautiful movie. And like that, he has got to play so many quick change and other. Very funny, humorous actor. He's 58-year-old. Now his wife of 11-year-old disappearing, has filed for divorce. And now that person is totally shattered. He says, I have never faced such emptiness in my life. That is not acting. So long he acted so many divorced parents, or father or mother or husband or whatever. But now this is not acting. This is reality. His wife of 11 years leaving. What do you do? How do you face it? So when you are picking up these roles, be happy to use it for the occasion and be happy to drop it when the occasion is over. Who shall be happy to drop it? Who is happy even in the absence of the role. You know, the person who has a fantastic body, have you not seen, there are in many actors, the dropping of a hat, they bear their body. Why? Fantastic body they have. So part of the movie is, he has to show his bare muscles. It is psychological, understand? Because the fellow has an amazing body, so the dropping of the hat, it drops it. Why? Flat stomach, muscles and abs. So every time when you go there, anybody wants to fight him, throw. Now, in order to fight suddenly, why should you throw your shirt? You want to throw, you just fight. Why should you throw your shirt to fight? Only in movie you have to throw your shirt. Are you getting that point? Same thing, woman, exotic body. Therefore, create an occasion to show it off. Now, suppose you have got a big stomach like this. Working. Now, will they do that? They will cover themselves up as much as possible. Now, deep within you, when you are empty, you shall hold on to the roles. Deep within you, when you are beautiful, any role can be dropped. Why? I am Shivoham, Shivoham. You understand the principle? When you are contented with yourself, you see the beauty. When you are contented with yourself, which role can you play? Oh, I am a holy man, you know. Holy. Because you are weak, therefore you are holding on to a holy man's role. You can sweep a floor. You can rule a kingdom. You can dig a hole. You can cook the food. Whatever the occasion, you rise up to it. Only empty fellows will be holy rollers. I am the holy man. So other people are unholy. Understand? There is no sense of superiority. In my office, I may be the top floor penthouse, the managing director. When I come home, I am the donkey. My son will ride me. And I'm with the friends, just a friend. The masks drop. You are an actor with 1,000 masks. You pick up whichever, whenever relevant. Are you getting that? An actor is what? An actor is a person who picks up the right role for the right occasion. Are you getting that? When everybody is happy, you are very serious. Right? You want to show off. When everybody is eating, you are austerity. When everybody is closing the eyes, that is the time you must feel like singing. And when everybody is singing, you want to close your eyes. What a headache. It's all sign of emptiness. To be with the occasion. Are you getting that point? Please? To be with the occasion. You have to be somebody who is so aware of yourself. Sailu Savat, that is what in this valedictory address the teacher is telling the student. Sailu Savat Vesha Bhava Adbhava Bhavayoho Yatha Puman Tathaive Brahmavid Sreshtha Sada Brahmaivana Aparaha Tathaive. As even the man is always there. That man is actor in the presence of a costume and in the absence of a costume. With the presence of costume, he is an actor. In the absence of the costume, he is himself. The costumes, the role gains prominence by the presence of the actor. The actor doesn't gain prominence because of the role. Ask yourself in life, are you getting prominence because of the position you occupy? or because you are somebody, therefore you are adoring the position. If a position gives you importance, you are very fragile. That is where you shall see people are desperately holding on to roles, political roles, religious roles, desperately holding on to it. Why? Because the day they retire, nobody will ask them anything. Nobody will even say hello to them. Therefore, frightened. Ask yourself a question. Are you comfortable without the role? Are you comfortable with any role? You are comfortable without a role, you are also comfortable with any role. But ignorance is when you are comfortable only with one role and other things you cannot take it. You cannot live without that role, nor you like any other role. That is where solid individuality comes. I am the professional, or I am the rich man. Play the role of a beggar. Go and ask some donation from somebody. Why don't you dig up a hole in the garden? Rich man. You can't live without it and you don't want to change. You are in great conflict all the time in life. Whereas the person who is happy without the roles and therefore happy with any role. Flexibility. Then you are happy in the office, happy in home, happy in moving, happy in sitting down, happy doing everything. That is why when you recognize yourself, you are the happiness. You are a happy father, happy mother, happy husband, happy wife, happy worker, happily employed, happily unemployed, happily doing something, happily not doing something, everything happy. But suppose being a professional alone, you are happy, the job is gone, you are miserable. Being a husband or wife alone, I am happy, that role drops out, you are miserable. Being a rich man, you are happy, if the riches goes away, you are miserable. Being a poor person, you are happy, suppose riches come, you can't handle it. There is a difference between be happy to be rich and being rich, you are happy. If you are happy to be rich, when the riches go, still you are happy. But by rich you are happy, when the riches go, you are unhappy. That is why actor, you, always the same. Happy to be living, happy to be dying. Jivan Mukta, living liberated. Happy to be alive. Now the time has come, bell is ringing. Bye-bye. Why? Time has gone. Dressing, scene is over. A movie, are you getting that? Drama continues, no? When a drama continues, one scene will be your last scene. You can't be in every scene. What type of actor, what type of role which is in every scene? You can't be in every scene. One scene will be there, after which you are not there. Ishvara is so cute, huh? Please think over this. This is like a drama. Can you do this, play this drama in your own life? Go back your home and do this one act play. Can you play it out in your rooms when you are alone? One act play. I sitting down and contemplating, same one reading, same one going for food, same one going for a walk, same man seeing something, hearing something, touching something, tasting something, experience something, now not experiencing anything. Every role you play. Now with your body you are strong. Now there is a body which is sick. Are you getting that point, please? Now with the thought of the one kind, another memory has come up. Everywhere. Can you play it out? If you can play it out, you become a versatile actor. nothing will touch you. Understand? Not that anything ever touches us. We drag it and make it a burden. Are you getting that point, please? Think this example, this table. Is it heavy or light? There is a stone on the garden. Is it heavy or light? Does it matter to you? Only when you try to put it on your head, then only it becomes heavy. Suppose it is there. As long as the roles are there being played, no problem. But when you push a role on your head, that is the time it becomes a head load. Are you getting that? So heavy-headed guys means what? This is what it is. You are dragging the role onto your head. That is why you are so burdened in life. Life is not a burden. You drag the burden onto yourself. So, see this, So, that's a beautiful line. You pick up that, you mark that verse. It's a very important line. So, Sailu Savesha Sadbhava Avavayo Sadbhava Avavayo Yatha Puman. With the change of costumes, actor disappears, only human being, individual is left out. All the roles fall off. Roles fall off. Actor is there. You know, like many times you shall see in life, especially most every country you see, mostly in Western countries, many times when you see a couple and the person say, recently it happened in France also. The girl introduced me, Swamiji is my ex. So of course nowadays I understand that language clearly. So I understand my ex means her husband before. Then immediately she explains to me, after the man goes, she is now my ex-husband, we have divorced, but we are good friends. What does it mean? The friend-husband role drops, wife role drops, but we are two good human beings, friendly as ever. Unconsciously you are playing a role. Are you getting that point? That husband's role is over. Now he is not a husband, I am not the wife. But we are friends. Meaning what? That role has gone. Even that friendly role also will go away one day. Why? Suppose you are hundreds of miles away, never see nobody. After some time, you don't even remember the person existing in your life. Just another person, acquaintance, known. You get angry with your child. I won't look at your face. You are not my son, I am not your mother. Snaps. What are you snapping? A role you are snapping. Are you disappearing? Understand? You are always there. Can you be yourself? Understand? Don't say, oh, this is very, very selfish. Is it selfish to be strong? Only if you are strong, you can be selfless. A weak person cannot be selfless. Because first he will try to protect himself. Understand? Only a strong person can be selfless. Because he is happy with himself. He doesn't need any security. Therefore, happily help out everybody. Please. That's why when you sit down in the morning, listen carefully. Meditator becomes a role, but not meditation. Meditation is not a role. Meditation is the content of every role. You are with yourself. Now you choose to close your eyes. If you call it meditation, physical side of it, choice is yours. So now I am meditating, meaning I am closing my eyes. Because meditation is not closing your eyes, just I am giving you a role. I am with myself, but consciously I am closing my eyes, closing all the senses, being with myself. If you want to call it as a meditation, as a job, and therefore I take the role of a meditator, fine. After half an hour, now I am not meditating in a sense, closing the eyes and being with myself. But I am a seer, I am seeing with my eyes, listening with my ears, interacting with a friend. So the roles begin. But in all these playing, I am always being myself. Are you doing that? You must do, must see. If you want to see meditation as a doing, this is your doing part of it. Sitting down, consciously contemplating, that's the doing part of it. But in reality, in being yourself, there is nothing to do. Like I told you, in being your body, what should you do? But to run, you must do something. To swim, you must do something. To jump, you must do something. To be your body, what should you do? To be conscious, what should you do? To have a thought, to act. So many things to be done. Please see that, so that you don't confuse between activities, inactivities, meditation, looking down upon something, looking up to something, something is more sacred, holier. No, everything is sacred, everything is holy, everything is beautiful. Every moment of your life, you are wonderful. Please see, every moment of your life, you are playing your role out. Nobody can touch you. No, Swamiji, how can I say nobody? I am a wise person, you see, and the fellows are calling me idiot. I am a holy man. And people are telling I am an idiot, I am useless. How can you say I am not getting angry? Please, take this joke. This is a joke again. I was reading in that Swami's book. Very interesting. Something is written there, I am trying to make it out in my own way. You say, somebody is calling me idiot. Please take that example and think for yourself. Please see that for yourself. You are walking down the road. Take it. It's just like a joke. The whole thing is a joke. Okay? You are walking down the road. Are you walking now? Imagine, you are walking down the road. Okay? When you are walking down the road, I am telling, suppose your name is Pravakar. Your name is Pravakar. And I am calling, hey Hari Williams, Ram, hey Sita, will you look? Will you respond? You are walking down, no? And you know your name is Pravakar. And somebody is shouting, hey Murali, hey Lakshmi, hey Sita, will you care? Will you look back? No. But when you are walking down, somebody says, hey you idiot. Why are you looking back? Why are you looking back? Do you understand? Do you really understand? Why do you look back? Is it your name? Just think. Let the fellow call whomsoever he wants to call. I don't have to look back. Unless you consider yourself an idiot. Why do you resist or why do you respond? Are you getting that point, please? One thing you can respond to. Suppose you say, Brahman. Everybody should respond. Why? Everybody's name is Brahman. Shiva Shiva. Like in Rishikesh, every sadhu is called Shiva. Shiva, Shiva, how is Shiva? They won't call you by name. How is Shiva? What is Shiva's name? इस शरीर को किस नाम से पुकार जाता है? When they ask you, what is your name? They don't ask you, what is your name? इस शरीर को किस नाम से पुकार जाता है? In what name this body is called? This is the tradition. In what name this body is called? Because this is Brahman. But in what name this body is called? Even while serving food, if you say rice, 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 oh, it's a big disgrace. You have to support say rice Ram, rice Ram, rice Ram, Laddu Ram, Laddu Ram, Laddu Ram, Kari Ram, Kari Ram, Kari. You have to go on. I am not telling you joke. When you are serving, you have to say that Kari Ram, Kari Ram, Kari Ram, Kari Ram. Because everything is Ram. Everything is Brahman. Everything is truth. Now it happens to be Kari. What a tradition. So suppose somebody else, hey, infinity, absolute, everybody. Are you calling me? That's fine. Idiot. That means one part of you also is an idiot. That is why you are looking back. Who is reacting? Only idiot reacts to the word idiot. How can he talk like that? Why should he not talk like that? What the other person says, does it make you who you are? Huh? You make yourself who you are, or what the other person says makes you who you are? So, shall you blame that person, or shall you have a little look at your own naughty, stupid head? Look at yourself. How nice. So, Sailu Sabat, like an actor. Oof, this verse you must remember throughout your life. Because what is life? Once understanding takes place, thereafter playing the role. Acting, acting, acting. And what was the crisis? Crisis is I was taking the role to be myself. Why there is a crisis situation in life? Because I take myself to be what I have. And what is freedom? I take myself to be who I am. Not that the roles disappear, let the roles be there. Like all the clothes are there in my wardrobe. Which one shall I put on? What is the occasion? See that? What is the occasion? I have a 3-piece suit, swimming trunk, sleeping clothes, hunting dresses. Whatever. For everything I have got a wardrobe. For the occasion I have dresses. Which one I should put on? What is the occasion? Put it on. If there is no occasion, what shall you do? You are yourself. A dress for all occasion is Brahman. Understand? A dress for all occasion. Is it a dress? No, it is your being. Body is not a dress. Body is given a dress. If you understand that much, then you shall see body also is a dress. A continuously changing dress. Now it was a child, now it is young, now it is youthful, now it is adult, now it is old, now it is dissipating, dying away. Body itself is a changing dress. Only body is a changing dress? Relationship also is a changing dress. How many relationships? I was the son of the father and the mother. Daughter of the father and the mother, just a son and a daughter. Or a brother and a sister I was. Not a husband, not a wife. I married, a relationship, new dress comes up, husband, wife. Children come, become a father, mother. Now these roles we picked up. Now parents die away, son or daughter in you is gone. The husband runs away, wife in you is gone. The wife is gone, the husband in you is gone. Children go away. No more you are parents of whom? But still you are there, living with your body. Now the body itself goes away. You understand? But the roles have become so overwhelming in life. Please think. especially in urbanized society, where the money, power, multinational organizations, billions of dollars, you are so involved with people, thousands of people's lives. The person who takes up the role of a prime minister, minister, king, governor, managing director, becomes such overwhelming role, these fellows never come back to the ground. They never come back to the ground. Always, hovering somewhere. That is why they fall. They don't fall, they crash land. The role is taken away. You see these lives of so-called celebrities, the so-called rich and notorious. Somewhere they are hovering. They are never grounded. They cannot come out unless they are dressed up. Anonymity is unknown. The person is finished. That is why they go crazy. Just think of it. And it is such a heady portion, Importance, recognition is such a heady thing. You can't live without it. By chance they drop out of the limelight, they will do something to be in the limelight again. That is where do something funny, do something stupid, so that you go back to limelight. Just please think. And you want to push the entire simple, innocent humanity to that type of exclusive zone where everybody must crash land. Why can't you give importance to the very, very simple person? Help him to understand himself. Life becomes so beautiful. Everybody doesn't have to be rich and famous. Everybody doesn't have to be celebrity. Everybody doesn't have to be VIP. For what? Think, friends, please think. I wanted to tell you that, I don't know where I left that paper. I must take a class on that. You remember that Charles Calls? Did I bring that paper here? I didn't. Is it still there? Okay, we'll pick it up. I must take a class with that particular. It's amazing. Simple, I'll introduce just one line, then after we'll go back to, when that comes, we'll take that class. You will see how amazing it is. Suppose I ask you, who was the first president of, let us say, Ecuador? Who was the fourth president of United States of America? Who is the third prime minister of India? Who is the first governor of Reserve Bank of India? Who is the Nobel Prize? Who has got Nobel Prize twice? Who is the one who gave it up? None of these answers in your head. Who helped you to learn your first language in the school? You remember the teacher. Who helped you to walk? Who taught you swimming? Who taught you cycling? Those are the people who made difference in your life. But do you care? Everybody wants to be governor. Simple things people forget. What is more important? Whatever has been important for you, you remember. You don't care whether somebody says, who is the richest man 10 years back? Who cares? Who gave you food when you were hungry? You remember that face. Can you lose yourself in roles? Please. Anyway, so when thus the person knows, tatheva brahmavid sreshta, that is how, as even the actor is the sreshta, is the best, meaning actor is the most important one. Roles are taken up and dropped. Tadvat Brahmavid Srestha. One who is aware of himself. Srestha. Why? Thereafter everything becomes a role. That is how you know how to solve your problem. When somebody tells something to you, you know what they are talking about. Remember that example of the postman. The postman collects 1,000 letters in the beginning of the day. Big load. 1,000 letters he collects in the beginning of the day. By the time it is 4 o'clock, what happens to the postman? He starts giving every letter in its right address. In the proper address, he starts delivering every letter. When he starts delivering every letter everywhere, by the time 4 o'clock, nothing left out with him, happily walking around. Now, you are a small city by yourself, and there are various addresses. Somebody sends you letter. So many letters you receive. Fatso, give it to the body. Big stomach, give it to the stomach. Thin body, give it to the body. Poor, give it to the poverty. Rich, give it to the riches. Intelligent, give it to the intelligence. Big job, give it to the job. Now, where is your load? Can you be a postman delivering whatever you receive? And who you are, understand, who you are, nobody can touch. Nobody can describe. Are you getting that? Who you are, indescribable. Nobody can touch, nobody can describe. So how much you are affected in life? So this gives you the clue. If you are affected in life, what does it mean? At that moment, you have forgotten yourself. Are you getting that point, please? Any time you are affected in life, if you are getting affected, it means you have forgotten. When you have forgotten, listen carefully. When you are unconsciously, please watch out. When you are unconsciously forgotten, if somebody reminds you, you shall say, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But when you are under the spell of ignorance and you are forgotten, somebody reminds you, you shall be more angry. I know what I am talking. Oh, I see. To such a fellow, what should you do? Leave them alone. Let them, as they say, let them be steamed in their own juice a little more. Let them suffer a little more. Don't even completely ignore these fellows. Let them suffer. Then the fellow will cool down. Understand? Who you are, nobody can describe. So what is that something you can drag onto yourself? You are an invisible target. Atma prameyam adrushyam anatme adrushye anatmane anilayane avayam pratishtham vindate athaso vayam gato bhavati. Now becomes totally fearless because adrushya, it cannot be seen. So who can hit that target? If you feel hit, listen carefully, if you feel hit, that means you are inside the dress. One day, Mullah was practicing bow and arrow. You know, he was wanting to join the Olympics. So bow and arrow competition. Then, after 1 hour, he was so impressed. And he suddenly shouts to his wife, come on lady, Come on, get out. I almost killed myself. The woman runs out. What happened? How did you kill yourself? He said, no. I hit it. This arrow went and pierced it on the dress where my heart is. Suppose I am inside the dress. So if a dress is torn and you feel torn, what does it mean? You are inside the dress. When somebody is critical of your dress and you feel destroyed, what does it mean? You take yourself to be the dress. You make yourself a visible target by identifying with something which is visible. So whose mistake is that? God. God only bringing me all misery. No, he has nothing else to do. He only thinking of giving misery to you. You know, he is so important, you see. He has nothing else to do. Unemployed boy. So he has just only special misery given to you only. I mean, I don't believe in God. Oh, he is so afraid he will disappear. You understand? And by chance somebody says he is a non-believer, the believers are, their believers' heart burns. Why? Because believers get money by the belief system. So they have to defend it. How can you say God doesn't exist? Why are you shouting? Suppose you say, there is no red hibiscus. I see clearly one red hibiscus in front of me. And you say, there is no red hibiscus. Shall I sympathize or protest? Shall I sympathize or protest? Why protest? The idiot says there is no flower, is okay. How does it matter? He will lose the chance of seeing it. Oh, there is no God. Let the person say. The person does. Why the people say? Why the person depends? Because for him, he has a security in an imaginary God. So if somebody can flay that imagination, destroy that imagination, dismiss that imagination, his life will be empty. So he is frightened. Argues with him. Don't touch my faith. Don't touch my imagination. But when you know, to say God means to be me. Shivoham, Shivoham. The God is here. God is everywhere. That is everywhere. You want to name it God? Fine. Name it dog? Fine. Name it truth? Fine. Name it anything you like? Fine. Will you be afraid if somebody says there is no God? How does it matter? That person is talking about his conviction. So why should I be worried? Why do I have to convince him? Think. It's like telling you are not there. There is no truth. There is no self. Can they say there is no self? So start with the language of self. Start with the language of the I. Forget God for the time being. When you start with the language of the I, the person cannot say, no, there is no self. There is no I. I see. What are you talking? Every moment you are talking about the word I. So who are you? Suddenly you shall push him into the, literally put him on the mat. There is one I, absolute, all other roles. I, man, I, woman, I, rich, I, poor, I, believer, I, non-believer. Do you say that words? Yes. All these are roles. What is this I? What does it mean? Give me the meaning. You don't have to worry about God. Just give me the meaning of the word I, absolute meaning. How many people can stand? That's what I'm telling you. This is a belief system, Hinduism doesn't say you must see it by yourself. What nonsense. Why Hinduism doesn't say, the other day somebody had written, as I told you, laptop philosophers. It doesn't say you must, where is the line which says you must know by yourself? To that idiot, one question should be asked. You know what? Simple question. Ask yourself, ask anybody else. Answer me if you can. Recently when I went to France, one person asked me that question. I am giving you that same thing. answer, please. He asked me the question, Swamiji, is it really true that nobody can know this truth by himself? I said, of course, 100% true. How do you say that? I said, simple thing, tell me. Tell me one thing in your life which you have learnt by yourself. And if you say you know the truth by yourself, how do you know it is the truth which you knew? That is the second part. First part is, forget truth, God, forget them. Tell me one thing which you learnt by yourself. One thing. I learned by myself. Oh, cycling I learned by myself. Who gave you the intelligence to learn it? Your intelligence did you create? You understand? There is nothing in life which you have learned by yourself. The language you speak, did you learn by yourself? No, mother tongue I did not learn, but other language I learned. That is because on the mother tongue you built. Nobody taught me how to paint. I learned it. Why did you look at the space and saw the clouds in the sky? That is a painting. Painting doesn't have one brush, so somebody has to hold a brush. Huge landscape. What are you painting? Whatever I imagine. What do you imagine? Unseen things imagine? Oh, I have painted many unseen things. All seen things, you are making a jumble permutation combination. Understand? There is nothing which you can see by yourself. What is this meaning of the word I? So if somebody says there is no God, there is no I, there is no truth, does it matter? He is denying himself. So you leave him alone. When a person sees this, that is what? Sailu Savat. So nice, huh? Please take it as a mantra of your life, this verse, this particular verse. Is so good. Every moment of life, you see it. Every moment of life. Because every moment you are playing a role. Any time you forget yourself and take the role to be yourself, you shall be in a deep problem. What is anger? Think. Any emotion. What is anger? Think. What is anger? You are angry with somebody. Please, you are angry with somebody. Oh, this man is telling, I am such a useless person. You have forgotten yourself. That is why I take him to be real. I am depressed. Because everybody talks nonsense about me. What about yourself accepting it? Everybody talking nonsense about it, okay, I can understand. What about your accepting it? Do you have any other version other than their version? Ask the question. Do you have another version other than what they say? If you have it, why are you depressed? Ishvara, see that, see that, see. Sailu Savat, just like an actor. Your whole life is literally being played out in a stage of total macrocosmic existence. In this vast stage of life, your body is a constantly changing costume. Your thoughts are another constantly changing costumes. Only one thing is constant is, you are the changeless awareness. Brahma, Tadvat, Brahma, that is Brahman, the changeless always remain the same. Sada Brahmaiva na paraha. Always the Brahman, always himself, never something other than what it is. For such a person, it makes no difference where the body falls. Read it. Yatra kvapi visirnam satparnam ibataror vapupatanat brahmibhutasya yatehe pragevata chidagnina dagdham. So, such a person who is thus fully aware of himself. You understand the difference between actor and the roles? Yatra kvapi bisirnam satparnamiva taroho vapupatanat. Taroho parnamiva. For the tree, as even the leaves fall, and the tree doesn't bother where the leaf falls. Are you getting that? Massive tree. Where the leaf falls, does the tree worry? In this tree of total existence called creation, I am a leaf. From the standpoint of the body, I am the leaf. From the standpoint of the truth, I am the creation. So this leaf in this body of the universe is yellowing, continuously yellowing. At one time, it was a tender leaf. Just stand in front of a tree and contemplate. A tiny tender leaf has come. One very strong green adult leaf is there. Another one yellowing leaf. Yellowing leaf will fall off any time. The tree looks like a tree. You know what generation of leaves are here? You shall see. Another, just wait for 1 month. This neem tree looks so green now. After November, December, you shall see. All the leaves will fall off. And completely new set of leaf comes, it will stay for 1 year. So which generation of leaf it is now? 1982 we purchased this land. 26-year-old. I remember this particular tree. It was so small. It was on the border of our land and this land. Because at that time we didn't have this land. So this small tree. This man was going to cut. I said, why are you cutting? Let it be there. So small, it is not affecting your cultivation. He left it. Now look at this tree. It has become 26 years old. Massive green tree. Neem tree. So beautiful. How many generations of leaves have fallen? 26 generations have gone. But what do we think? Tree. Like you think you are seeing crows. You know, 26 years, 2-3 generations of crows might have gone. 2-3 generations of cuckoos. We think same maina, same cuckoo. Are you getting that, please? No. You see those hummingbirds, you know, these are honeysuckers. So beautiful. Especially if you sit down here, you can watch out in the morning especially, that red flowers. You should see these honeysuckers. They are going crazy half an hour before. I was almost tempted you to look at that, but I was going in the class, I didn't want to bother it. So beautiful. Going inside, put that thread, take the honey, come back. Next one, because that leaf is, that flower is perfect for the honeysucking. So the honeysuckers adopt that particular tree now. Think of it. Eyes come now, again, 1 or 2. Anyway, it doesn't matter, you can see later on. So these are all 3rd, 4th generation trees. Birds. We say what? Oh, Madras. You remember? In 50 years' time, how many people have already gone? The faces you have seen, because you are thinking of your father, your mother, your son, your daughter, you think nothing has changed. No. One whole generation, 2 generations, people are replaced in this whole world. Looks like big human beings, but how many people have gone? It's a stage. Continuously, people are coming, appearing, disappearing. Just like the tree doesn't mind where the leaf falls, wise one, seeing, being himself, the tree of creation, doesn't matter where the body falls. Taroho patramiva. Like the body of the leaf in the tree, yatra kvapi visirnam. Wherever this body visirnam, aging, fragile, falling apart, falls away, brahmibhutasya yatehe. For that yati, yatna shilavan, one who has contemplated being himself, is one with the Brahman. Prageva tat chidagnina dagdham. Even long before the body falls, the body is already roasted by the fire of consciousness. When this body is already gone through this fire taste of knowledge of consciousness, there is no question of he is getting worried about where it is falling and where it is buried or cremated. Makes no difference. Ask yourself a question. Can you die now? Ask yourself a question. It's not a question to be answered now. You think it over. Be alone sometimes and ask yourself a question. Can I die? Can this body die now? If this body dies now, what will be your reaction? You can say, no, a few days more will be nice. That's different thing. For its own sake, is different thing. But suppose it has to go, what will be your reaction? That is where you have to recognize that the body never passes. It's not, saw in the beginning classes, Tattvabodha, okay? It's a change in the material universe. There is no death in the lap of macrocosm, totality, God. Like no wave can die in the body of ocean. Nothing gets destroyed in the lap of material universe. The matter as such neither can be created nor be destroyed. The physical body also cannot be destroyed. The only change takes place. It's a recycling. To this recycling material, if I cling on to this as me, death frightens you. While living through this recycling material, 5 elements called the gross body, you are with the bodiless awareness yourself, then when it is going back to the elements, you have no resistance to it. If I can maintain, beautiful. Cannot maintain, it has to go. Such a person not only doesn't destroy himself, will never destroy somebody else. Why? Living is a privilege which nobody else can grant. That is why killing in any name is not justified. Understand? Yet at the same time, there will be exceptions. Like a capital punishment. Think of it. Like a battle, war. If people change, why these laws should be there? If everybody is happy with himself, why that situation will arise where somebody should be killed? Live and let live. But if a person's principle is live and let die, what shall you do? You don't want to kill. But somebody wants to kill you for no reason. Or whatever the reason. If somebody, he comes to your, yesterday it was a sad piece of news. They have gone into a house where the man is out. The old mother-in-law and child, they are sleeping in one room. Wife who is partially paralyzed, lying down in the bedroom. These three fellows go, bit that paralyzed little person. Little paralyzed. One limb doesn't move. Takes everything from the house and go. Almost killed, but lucky, survived. Now suppose you would have killed, or even this, what should you do to these three people? Human right? No, should not be killed. The person who is murdered or killed, nobody talks about the dead. But the person who has committed the crime, every defense for him, God knows what rule is this. The whole defense is for the person who killed. But the person who got killed, forgot. The criminal has the right, but the victim has no right. Because he is gone, no? So why should we talk about him? It's like people now, in the religious tribes also. The person is murdered, nobody talks about it. Just think. Anyway, this is where comes relative situations. But please appreciate yourself. Body being what it is, it shall pass. That is why your contemplation. When you see yourself as part of the Shivoham, and you are the snake in the body of the God. Isolated snake, listen carefully, isolated snake, which stands for individuality, hisses at everybody. An isolated snake, if you go for it, what will happen? Whoosh, it will go hitting at you. But the same snake in the body of Shiva, he is not hissing, gently swaying, an adoration, alankara, ornament, bhushana. Previously it was a dushana, it is a curse. Now it is an adornment. Why? In the body of Shiva. Microcosm, physical body of a snake. Because of the individuality, defensive. Whoosh. Always hitting it out. Hissing out everybody, without everybody. Why? Self-defense. Knows himself that this body is part of the totality, symbolized by a snake in the body of Shiva. Now this body is an adoration. And can you die in the body of God? The moment you understand the truth for myself, yourself, that there is only one macrocosmic existence, that moment itself you have counteracted the change and death. You don't stop the change, you can't stop the change. You don't stop the death, you can't stop the death. But you have counteracted the fear of it because you are changeless, deathless. Shivoham, Shivoham. Therefore, ask yourself a question. This question is not asked in group. This question, because you don't die in group. Do you? Huh? We don't die in a group. Shall we think of it now? Are we all ready for death? Why are we all? Why are you including me? I'm not interested in your group. Are we born together? One mummy, 10,000 children, like fish. Huh? Is it so? Each one born alone. Even while living life together, you are living your life. As long as you are a baby, you are part of the group. Because as a baby, you have not started living your life. You live mother's life, father's life, brother's life, other's life. Whatever the dress, elder brother's dress you put on, you have nothing to complain. What food they give you, nothing to complain. Whatever they give you, right. The moment you become 7, 8, 9, you see that his elder brother's dress is coming. No, I won't put on that dress. He is. Then you have become an individual now. Now you have started living your life. Once you have started living your life, you are alone. Once you start living your life, you are alone. Because thereafter, you shall only provide access to those people, those things which fit into your scheme. If it doesn't fit into your scheme, father also can be away, mommy also can be away, everybody can be away. Why? My life. Understand? So much isolated that you lose sight of macrocosm, Ishvara also. Why? Because people, nobody appreciates totality, macrocosm. First thing, in many cultures, it doesn't exist. Many cultures, God is somewhere beyond the cloud or somewhere sitting down someplace. So most people live with father, mother. That is why when the immediate family is broken, you are totally alone. Lonely, not alone. You are totally lonely. When the immediate family is broken, father is gone, mother is gone, everybody is gone, now you are totally alone. Then orbitless stars hanging around. Then suddenly somebody else comes into your orbit. Then suddenly 2 stars now going around a little, and there is a baby star. If it comes, may not be also coming. 2 stars orbit. Suddenly synchronized. Now suddenly they part. Think. You don't understand yourself as a part of a system, solar system, Milky Way, galactic system. Understand this imagery, part of the universe, God Himself. The moment you go into that, grow into that, discover that existence, you discover the existence, understand. Because no drop is away from the ocean. In the drop, can you see the ocean? The ocean is not a drop, but in the drop there is ocean. The micro is not macro, but in the micro there is presence of the macro. In the individual there is presence of God, the totality. Everybody is same. When you see that, can this little dust die in the body of the universe? Shivam Shiva. The moment you appreciate this, that moment is Chidagnina Dagdha. In that moment, in the fire of knowledge, the death is fried. You understand? The death is fried in the fire of knowledge. As a result, what happens? Just like the seed, Dagdha Bijavat, like a fried seed, looks like a seed but doesn't germinate. The peanuts, when you fry it and put it for the germination, nothing will happen. It looks like a seed, but nothing doesn't germinate. It looks like a body, living, but no more fear of death in that, fried. So ask that question to yourself. Do I understand myself as I am? Is there any fear of death? Long before body dies, do you have a fear of the death of an emotion? Fear of the death of a relationship? Ask that question first. Okay, body will die sometimes, we will see. But death of a relationship? death of a situation. It can happen anytime, any moment. Can I face it? Yes. Because I am the snake. In the body of the Lord, the Shiva. Or I am the microcosm in the macro. There is nothing other than me. Okay? One who sees this, for such a person, doesn't matter where the body falls. Wherever it falls, it makes no difference to him. He lives through this life. Wherever it falls, finish. But suppose you say, no, anybody can fall, but I want it to be in a special place fall. Okay, that's your choice. It makes no difference. But bury it in one place, but burn it in another place. You want to do, you can play your games as you like, but you are least affected by where it falls. Still more interesting is human dimension is, should we be that choosy about the place? Will you ever know where your body will die? Will you ever know? Just think, this morning at 5:30, one of our guests, just coming down from the staircase, bump, fell. Lucky he didn't hit much, but then the eye is cut. There is operation. 7:38 when I get a call. How do you know? Person is going for because life being my life being what it is, involved with thousands of people. So suppose you are a family person, you know the sickness, death, marriage, birth of 4 or 5 people. But here, thousands of people, suppose you know. So every day there is a call. One day you get a call for a marriage, somebody for birth, somebody for death, somebody for divorce. Every day, what all things happen. And you can take it all because you are not with anything. So what happened? This person going to Geneva to attend his son's graduation, working in an airlines, so free ticket, he and his wife, going to Geneva, just before landing, had a heart attack. Does he know that he is traveling to Geneva to die? 5 days stayed, body is finished, but dead body came home. Just like it is honorable to say, I am giving up the job before you are fired. It is honorable to understand, doesn't matter where the body falls, as though you have a choice. The wise man suppose says, it doesn't matter where the body falls. Do you have a choice where it can fall? You have no choice. But one thing you have a choice, where? Doesn't matter wherever it falls. I am not dead. Body passes. Shivoham, Shivoham. That is why, shall we say eternally prepared for death or eternally reveling in deathlessness? Why should we be prepared for death? Where is the death? It's a change. You are ready, you are always reveling in deathlessness. Be there. Very interesting statement again from that little book. He says, in Bhagavad Gita we see, when the, yesterday I was telling you, when the turtle is walking, the moment he senses danger, he withdraws, right, onto the safety. He said, but I don't know, that Swami has said very nice, I don't know why human beings stick out their neck when there is danger. The turtle knows if there is a danger, to the safety. But human beings stick out their neck. They must get into a conflict. They must get into a problem. They must have the regular diet of confrontation and conflict. Or else, difficult to live, Your whole day, no fighting, no shouting, I don't know what to do. Can I fight with somebody? Yes, you can. Then you pick up a fight with anybody for any reason. Because or else your system does not go. System doesn't enjoy it. To such people, what should you do? Hold them tight. Give a strapping from top to bottom. That also you cannot do. Why? That will make them happy. They want to suffer, The guys who want to suffer, torturing them is a pleasure for them. So, don't punish them, you shall torture them. I'm not telling you joke. The person who has a habit, don't tell him to stop it. That is punishment. If you ask him to stop it, that is not punishment. That is release from the punishment. If you tell him not to stop it, he will kill himself. So if you really want to punish somebody who is angry, tell him, continue to be angry. Don't worry. Then the fellow will be a nut house, nutted up with anger and emotions. Anyway, friends, please, Shivoham, Shivoham. Your body is a snake in the body of the totality. Close your eyes, please. Playing the role at all times. Close your eyes.